Well, hi, welcome on back to Custom Works, and I'm your host, Clint Allen. Today we're going to be doing a follow-up on the Adrenaline Series high-pressure oil pump that I put in my 7.3 Power Stroke diesel. And stick around for what I have found out over the last month and a half. Well, thanks for stopping on back. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe, hit the little bell, you know, the little bell, and smash the like button. Go ahead, put in a comment, whatever you'd like to do. You're welcome at any point. But we're doing the follow-up today on the 7.3 high-pressure oil pump. The Adrenaline Series that I installed about a month and a half ago, and I'm going to tell you what has happened. If you've stopped in here and you're new, and whether you've seen it or not, you can go root through my videos, and as you can see on the back of the screen here, we have part one of the Adrenaline high pressure oil pump. And that'll tell you what my initial ideals and thoughts were and what had happened initially in the first week of the install. Now we're about a month and a half into this, and I'm going to update you of what I have experienced. Also, whether you are new or you've already subscribed and you've not seen the absolute best detailed, do you need to change your high pressure oil pump oil in the reserve tank? That also is on the screen. You'll be able to find that easier. So let's get rolling with this. I'm just going to bring everybody up to date here because we could have some new viewers. I had a issue with my 7.3 high pressure oil pump, the original from the factory, right around 550,000 miles on my truck. And instead of going around and putting another rebuilt in because I found you couldn't get a brand new one, I didn't want to go with another rebuilt one that's got a 1-year warranty that God only knows who rebuilt it on what day and how drunk they were or how high they were when they showed up for work. So I did a little bit more digging and found this dieselsite.com, and they are not sponsoring me for this. And I got the Adrenaline Series 7.3 high pressure oil pump. It flows more oil is the promise. Even if you got stock truck, stock tuning, even if you're just got her snorted out and you got the biggest injectors that you could possibly push fuel into them cylinders, this Adrenaline Series is the pump that you want to get, I assure you. They have gone and tested these units to make sure that they can handle almost every injector available. They promise pulling power, and the pulling power, I can assure you, absolutely increased. I mean, it was just a huge, just absolute difference. I had to relearn how to drive the truck. I got the ZF 650 6-speed transmission in there, and when I first started, if you weren't paying attention to your RPMs, you would just shoot right past where you normally should be shifting at. So definitely promise made, promise kept, and at this stage of the game, a month and a half into it, it's still the same. She pulls, and the turbo, for some odd strange reason, just really spools real quick too. I am just absolutely just super impressed. The biggest deal with this is no matter if you have 94 all the way up to 2003, you can use the same IPR from 96 on up to 03. And that's nice. You don't have to buy anything more special because, you know, those IPRs, I believe, are like $150 to $180 depending on where you get them. But the biggest selling point to me, because I had turbo problems about every 2 years because they use that sleeve bushing in the turbo, you know, was, you know, cheapest way to go, save a few bucks, you know. Burnt one out about every 2 years. Then I went with the Garrett that had a ball bearing. Never had a problem after that with the turbo. And that's really initially what sold me on going with this Adrenaline series high volume, high pressure oil pump. When they rebuild it, the sleeve system that normally comes in there is removed. They have a dual ball bearing system. So basically, this is going to last a long time, and they stand behind it with a 36-month warranty. You don't see that much anymore. But the real purpose of this video, if you've seen the first video, the pulling power is still amazing. You know, I've gotten used to shifting now because the engine does sound different. It's very quiet. Absolutely, just compared to before, it's silent. You don't have that clacking and clicking and that loud normal 7.3 diesel. I believe several people have stated that she's about the loudest diesel for when it comes to consumer trucks and heavy duty trucks, which I disagree. I had a friend that had a 6.2 or a 6.5 GM diesel in a tow truck, and holy schmoly, when he started it up on the other side of the state, you know, I knew when he was leaving for work. She was loud. So either which way, we're on the 7.3 here, and it quieted it down. Now here's the biggest thing, and this is the most amazing thing. Over the last month and a half, I have kept track, which I always do, of my fuel mileage. And I've taken all the fuel mileage and I've combined it, and I have divided her out. And in the last month and a half, I have maintained an increase of 0.62 per gallon. That's over a half a mile more per gallon. And being a business guy, running 300-400 miles a day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6, on the bottom line, that helps, especially with fuel costs going up and probably will continue to go up. I'm sure at some point in time, I would not be surprised if we see diesel over $4 a gallon. Of course, you and I, as the consumers, are going to end up paying for this because it's just going to be passed down and passed down and passed down. But, you know, what are you going to do? Everybody made their choice. 49% wanted to go R and 51% wanted to go D. Yeah, you know, whatever. We the American people have made our choices, and we got to live with it. But either which way, I just wanted to update you. Once again, points, she's quiet, and boy is it quiet. The pulling power is absolutely incredible. The fuel mileage has gone up. I mean, the biggest fuel increase I've seen of any performance part I've ever worked with. This is something that you really need to consider. It is worth the extra money. The average rebuilt unit, just standard rebuilt unit, usually shipped to your door, around 550 bucks. This unit right here, the Adrenaline series, 850 bucks, $300 core. You get the $300 core back when they receive it, as long as it's, you know, not wrecked. They give you everything you need in the box. You get the return tag, you use the old box to return it. I'm telling you, it was seamless. It was one of the best experiences I have had for a very long time, ordering something online, having the promises fulfilled. And if you're looking at making this change, definitely spend the extra money. You will not be disappointed. But until next time, you take it easy.